Right now, live at 5, President Trump heads to the battleground state of Michigan this evening, a state he narrowly won in 2016. And for the first time this election cycle, presidential candidate Joe Biden is traveling to Minnesota. What we know about his stop.
How a health survey could lead to the Northland's next community health project.
September is National Suicide Prevention Month. How you can play a key role.
We take a look at Duluth's proposed 2021 budget.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from the Duluth skyline. We're hearing from Mayor Emily Larson today on the projected budget for the city of Duluth. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we are expecting to get a better idea of just how big of a financial impact the pandemic will have on Duluth next year.
Mayor Emily Larson is about to present her 2021 budget proposal to the City Council.
This budget coming after a year when COVID-19 put the city in a multi-million-dollar deficit. CBS 3's Natalie Grant joins us live. She's following that proposal for us tonight. Natalie, what do we know so far?
Well, Tony, Kristen, earlier this summer, Duluth Mayor Emily Larson said that the city's projected deficit because of the coronavirus pandemic sat at $25 million. Now, that deficit, including things like tax and general fund shortfalls, along with losing out on other things like city fees and licenses. Now, she did, however, say back in June that the city saved $3 million through layoffs and a hiring freeze. So with all that in mind, Larson is expected to lay out how 2021's budget will look like in just a few minutes with her virtual presentation starting at 5:15 with the Duluth City Council. The council will not vote on it tonight, but will take it up in a future meeting to pass the budget or not. Now, I will be following along with this meeting all night long and continue to bring you the latest on the CBS 3 News at 6 and 10.
Yeah,
Tony,
it will
Kristen.
certainly be interesting to see how they're able to navigate the pandemic. It's been an issue for cities all around the country. Natalie Grant live for us tonight. Thanks, Natalie.
Restaurants struggling with financial problems due to COVID-19 may soon see relief thanks to a new bill working its way through Congress. The Restaurants Act is a bipartisan federal relief bill that will directly impact struggling restaurants nationwide and here in our area. The bill would earmark $120 billion for financial relief for restaurants nationwide, as well as support the reemployment of more than 11 million people. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin, a co-sponsor of the legislation, says the bill looks to address businesses that did not receive adequate support from previous relief programs.
Given the fact that restaurants hire and employ about 2/3 of the temporarily displaced workers, but only received about less than 10% of the Paycheck Protection Program.
Senator Baldwin says the bill has support across the aisle, but it has been an uphill battle getting more relief programs passed in the Senate. For the first time since officially becoming the Democratic nominee, presidential candidate Joe Biden is traveling to Minnesota. The release did not specify where in Minnesota he'll be traveling to, but said his visit is set for Friday, September 18th. His wife, Dr. Jill Biden, visited Minnesota earlier this week. President Donald Trump's campaign has made 3 stops in Duluth in as many months, with Donald Trump Jr.'s visit Wednesday being the most recent.
Michigan tonight, but first he held a press conference as the fallout from a new tell-all book continues. Meanwhile, the Democratic vice presidential candidate is in Florida today. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
Tonight, President Trump holds a campaign rally in Michigan, a state he narrowly won in 2016.
I think he's done a wonderful job.
We're voting Trump 100%.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden ahead there. Biden brought an economic message to the Wolverine state Wednesday.
In my first week, I'll sign a series of executive actions to make sure we enforce Buy America.
The former vice president also condemned President Trump after released audio recordings showed the president intentionally misled Americans about the severity of the coronavirus back in February and March. The comments were part of a conversation with author Bob Woodward for his upcoming book Rage, published by Simon & Schuster, a division of Viacom CBS.
I wanted to I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes,
because I don't want to create a panic.
The president called the book a political hit job.
If Bob Woodward thought it was bad, then he should have immediately gone out publicly, not wait 4 months.
During his recorded conversations with Woodward, President Trump also acknowledged the existence of systemic racism.
Okay, but is it here in a way that it has an impact on people's lives?
I think it is, and it's unfortunate, but I think it is.
Democratic vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris traveled to the battleground state of Florida to meet with black leaders.
Real leadership is always going to be about leaders having the courage to speak the truth.
A recent NBC Marist poll shows both presidential candidates in a dead heat in that state.
Both President Trump and Democrat candidate Joe Biden will be in Shanksville, Pennsylvania tomorrow to mark the 19th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Shanksville
today in my interview with him, Kristen, this was an anticipated call for college hockey. Unfortunately, of course, not the one we all wanted to hear. The UMD men's and women's programs will not get to drop the puck as early as October as they usually do. Instead, we're looking more at November 20th as the earliest start date for college hockey in the Northland. The men's conference, the NCHC, is looking at November 20th at the earliest for conference games. That would mean UMD's first game as it stands now would be November 27th when Alaska Fairbanks comes to town. The same is true of the WCHA and the University of Minnesota Duluth women's hockey program. They will not start on time according to an announcement from the conference as well. The WCHA did not give a specific start date. The league is still finalizing the schedule options that are to be released at a later date. And coming up tonight at 6, I had the chance to sit down with UMD Athletic Director Josh Burlow virtually to discuss the decision. I will say that UMD remains very optimistic that they will have college hockey this winter. We'll have much more on that coming up tonight at 6. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Dave, could have been cold enough out there to build an ice rink today for a lot of us.
Yeah, some
chilly
Arrowhead, Minnesota towns dropped into the 20s.
Yeah.
You know, Tony, we're going to do it again tonight.
Okay.
I was hoping this morning would have been the last one with a pair of frost warnings and freeze warnings. No, again, tomorrow morning. But the high pressure that's bringing the cold air makes for beautiful afternoons. Here's a live look just outside of Ely, and it's gorgeous. Blue sky, fairly calm waters. And now those conditions have pushed into Wisconsin and the UP as well. Last couple of days it was sunnier in Minnesota, but a little cloudier and rainier for Wisconsin and the UP. Now the high pressure's taken over and pushed the stationary front and its precip and clouds farther to the south, at least for now. Our next rain chance, it'll be with us on Saturday, but for Friday, I think we'll have a beautiful blue sky in Bayfield and beyond, but chilly, 20s and 30s tomorrow morning again, frosted freeze issues to talk about. I'll show you the map on that in just a little bit. Tomorrow's high temp, though, 65 degrees, and I still think we can achieve the 70s one day next week. I'll tell you which day that's going to be in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to comment on Live at 5, a new face will be the face of amateur hockey in Superior, plus anger and shock in Ashland after a popular clubhouse was vandalized by teens. City by City is coming up next.
Plus, tonight at 6, over the next few weeks, you may find a community health survey in your mailbox. That is the Bridge to Health survey. Find out tonight why it's important that you fill it out.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Baki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Today we say so long summer and hello fall with the new DQ Fall Blizzard menu. There's the always festive pumpkin pie, tasty new caramel apple pie, and more delicious fall flavors than ever. Right now on the new DQ Fall Blizzard menu. If you're craving fall, you can find it at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet, your simple and affordable choice for bathtubs, showers, surrounds, and safety tubs. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022, or get your dream bathroom for as little as $69 a month. This offer ends September 30th, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet. Out of this world service and down to earth price.
I was diagnosed with diabetes at 13, so I got to work. I'm Quinn Nystrom, and I became a national advocate. Went door to door in Brainerd, then St. Paul. Went up to Canada to bring back insulin for a fraction of what drug companies charge here. But Pete Stauber went to Washington and voted against making healthcare and prescription drugs more affordable. I approve this message because Minnesota can't afford Pete Stauber in Congress.
I've got one for you. See, UCare, health plan demystifiers and sleeve roller uppers.
UCare, health plan demystifiers and sleeve roller uppers.
Sounds so good when you say it. 96% of all providers accept UCare because they rock.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over Lake Superior on a very fall-like Thursday evening. Dave Anderson will have your full weekend forecast in just a few minutes, but first let's go to Kristen with a look around the region.
A new face will be running amateur hockey in Superior, plus shock and anger after vandals destroyed a clubhouse in Ashland. That and more as we take you around the Northland city by city. We'll start across the bridge in Superior, where the Area Amateur Hockey League is welcoming its new director. Tom White will take over the league this coming season. Originally from New Brunswick, Canada, White previously served as a volunteer for the Superior Parks and Rec Forestry Department. White comes with a lifetime of hockey experience from player to coach, as well as a master's degree in business administration and recreation management. Sounds very qualified. Now to Ashland, Wisconsin, where the caretaker of the Ashland Merchants Clubhouse is describing shock after vandals destroyed parts of the property. The clubhouse, located at James Pufall Field in Hodgkins Park, is home to the Ashland Merchants baseball team. The caretaker, Jim Carnahan, discovered the vandalism on July 27th. The interior of the clubhouse was completely destroyed and spray painted by the vandals. Authorities currently have a teen in custody. And finally, we finish off in Grand Rapids, where Itasca County officials want area nonprofits to know that they can qualify for grant money through the CARES Act. The grants are being distributed through the county for those who have faced financial hardship due to the coronavirus. Financial aid will be available to nonprofits that are located in Itasca County, intended to remain open or reopen in Itasca County, and can demonstrate a need for financial support due to COVID-19. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, it's National Suicide Prevention Day. What you can do to help someone in need coming up.
Here's a live look at Blackjack Mountain near Bessemer, and there's a blue sky above the UP today, just like Wisconsin and Minnesota, thanks to higher pressure. Higher pressure with a cool flavor to it, so another round of advisories and warnings for cold weather tomorrow morning. We'll talk about if that'll be the last round or not, coming up after our break.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
I'm Sean Mullen, a physician assistant at St. Luke's Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. I first became interested in orthopedics from my own injuries in high school sports. I became fascinated with the way the body recovers and heals. You only get one body, so if you take care of it well, that will pay dividends for you down the road. Taking a patient who is in a bad place from an injury or a condition, knowing that you're a part of their care and helping to increase their quality of life is one of my favorite things about working here.
Storm damage happens, and when it does, turn to Peak Construction Roofing, the Northland's storm damage experts. Peak simplifies the process for you every step of the way. We offer insurance claims assistance and free storm damage inspections. Call Peak Construction Roofing today and let us take care of you.
Families are reeling right now, enduring illness, losing their employers' plans in droves. They need lifelines now. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it. This is my promise to you. When I'm president, I will take care of your health care coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS 3 Duluth. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Pick your new Polaris from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer. Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. 95 KQDS.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Stokey's Meat Market. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Frankly, I was hoping that this morning would be the last go-around with freeze warnings and frost advisories, but no, the Arctic air mass in place is giving us one more night on the chilly side. Clear sky, cool temperatures at the surface, and this time around the freeze warning will center around the head of the lakes and through northern Wisconsin, with the frost advisory fringing the rest of the area. Bottom line is we're looking at low to mid 30s for our low temps, and a couple of pockets or 20s are possible once again, but that warming trend should kick off in the afternoon, go through the weekend, and culminate by Tuesday with a return to 70s. Will it last beyond Tuesday? We'll show you the 7-day forecast to figure that one out. But right now, we'll take a look at the current conditions from the airport. It's 62 degrees. Relative humidity is fairly low at 39%. A westerly wind is reasonably gentle at 10 miles per hour. And our air pressure, well, just like it's been on the surface at least for the past couple of days, is on the high side at 30.4 inches of mercury. Temperatures getting up there a little bit. Folks in the UP were cooler yesterday, but now upper 50s is what we have for Watersmeet towards Ironwood and Bessemer and Hurley across the border. 61 right now in Ashland, upper 50s for Hayward. 59 to 62 from Solon Springs to Superior, and East Central Minnesota's in the lower 60s. We're eyeing up some 50s and low 60s for most of the North Shore, but not all. Right by the lake in Grand Marais, only 49. 60s on the Iron Ranges right now, and mid-60s towards International Falls. But again, tonight, another cold one. Low temps from roughly 27 to 32 for a lot of our towns. Doppler map right now shows that high-pressure cell that was splitting our difference for the past couple of days has now taken over the entire region, pushed the clouds away, cleared up the sky for just about everybody in the region, and dropped the shower chance now down towards maybe 1%. So I don't think we're going to see any rain, and we likely won't see any rain or snow for our Friday as the high pressure system keeps hold of our region. But rain will be possible. This temperature's warm once we get into the first part of the weekend. Low pressure system working up towards our area brings us an 80% chance for rain, probably just after midnight tomorrow night, Saturday morning, Saturday evening. Could get a quarter inch to a half inch of rain out of the system here. But then by Sunday, already on the drier side, as fresh high pressure takes over to induce a long dry spell, which I'll show you now with the 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, clear sky makes it cold. We'll say in general 32 to 38, but do keep in mind the 20s are not out of the question. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, about 32 to 34 degrees there, with a few low-lying pockets of 20s possible there too. And that's why we have the freeze warning for much of our area. But tomorrow afternoon, sunnier sky, high temps in the mid to upper 60s for Wisconsin and the UP, and mid-60s inland for Minnesota, low 60s by the lake. Will that last? I think so. Saturday gets that 80% rain chance, and the high will drop to 60, but then we perk up again with sunshine and 65 Sunday, which leads to 75 and sunshine on Tuesday. But Tony and Kristen, that looks to be the only day like that. Temps will descend again as early as next Wednesday.
Thanks, Dave. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day. It's a time to honor and remember those impacted by suicide and raise awareness. CBS 3's Leanne Valdez spoke with the Carleton County Crisis Coordinator about the warning signs and what you can do to help.
Experts say suicide remains a top public health concern in Minnesota.
Suicide is the 8th leading cause of death in Minnesota and 10th nationally.
And the coronavirus pandemic could be pushing emotions higher than ever before.
I think the pandemic is shedding a good light on the importance of mental health professionals in our community and the importance of suicide prevention.
Northeast Minnesota Suicide Prevention Coordinator Allie Randall says everyone can play a role in suicide prevention.
Whether you're a coach or maybe you're the supervisor at your employment, no matter where you are, everyone plays a role in that.
Randall says anyone is at risk for suicide and there are warning signs one can look out for.
It's different for everyone, but maybe someone's talking about wanting to die, talking about feeling hopeless or no purpose.
Asking the person if they're thinking about suicide or have thought about it is also key.
It can be scary at first, but we want to make sure we ask the question. Remember, asking the question will never do any harm. It's only going to do help.
After that, it's time to listen to them and finally get help.
Suicide is preventable, recovery is possible, and help is available.
With September being Suicide Prevention Month, Randall says there are other ways you can help.
You can attend a suicide prevention series through the Minnesota Department of Health. You can take trainings on this stuff. You can learn the warning signs.
This Saturday, there is an Out of the Darkness virtual walk happening to raise awareness of suicide prevention. If you'd like to learn more information, log on to our website, cbs3duluth.com.
It's that time of the show where we get to talk about pets, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing, and she is rocking a nice sweater. Meet Blue Rose. She's a 5-year-old pit mix with gray and white coloring. She's a gentle and laid-back kind of girl. She loves sunbathing and chewing on her toys. She loves the company of people, but prefers other animals kind of stay out of her personal space. She is looking for a family with a go-with-the-flow kind of lifestyle. She's not too lazy, but not too hyper either. A good combination. Blue Rose is chipped, vaccinated, and ready to go. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt, you can do so by calling the number on your screen.
Still to come, why some experts are worried about the toll virtual learning can have on students' eyesight.
Lawless criminals terrorize Minneapolis. Joe Biden takes a knee. The weak response from Biden and radicals like Ilhan Omar has led to chaos and violence. And their calls for defunding police would make it worse. President Trump is making it stop, making crucial federal resources available to protect Minnesota's families. Communities, not criminals. Jobs, not mobs. Strong leadership when America needs it most.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
I have been working to lower prescription drug prices since my first day in the Senate. And when Congress passed into law my bill to lower the price of insulin by making generics more available, progress finally. Now I'm working on a plan to manufacture drugs in America and build a supply chain so we're not relying on other countries for the medicine we need. I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message because I'll work with anyone and do whatever it takes to get the job done.
Do you have a loved one that needs a little extra help? Do they want to be in the comfort of their own home instead of an unfamiliar place? Let the Dove Home Health professionals be that caring and professional support. With a number of services such as skilled in-home nursing, physical and occupational therapy, pain management, and other specialties, we strive to keep our clients safe while promoting their independence. Let the Dove Home Health professionals help your loved ones stay at home.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
School's starting. Is your internet fast enough? Gear up during Extreme's end of the summer sale. Get fast internet as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Extreme's fiber-powered internet gets an A+ for performance with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.99% network reliability. Hurry and get Extreme internet for as low as $19.99 a month for a year. Dial 844-EXTREME2. It's the smart call.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think I forgot to lock my Buick. Parallel parking.
That hot yoga was so hot. Check this out. Cooling seats?
Alexa, ask Buick to start my SUV.
You can do that?
You can do that?
You can't do that.
Can with the Buick.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Get great offers across the full Buick lineup, including these purchase allowance offers on most 2020 Buick luxury SUV models.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS 3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Local health organizations hope a regional health survey will play an especially important role this year during the pandemic. Some residents across the Northland may be getting that survey in the mail over the next few weeks. The Bridge to Health survey is sent out at random every 5 years by several health organizations across the region. The survey is a way to gather data on Northland residents' health and well-being. Organizers say with such a large region, access to services is different. The survey helps find out where gaps need to be filled.
You know, we just have a really great diversity, and we need to make sure that our systems are built to support that diversity.
Understanding the diversity will be especially helpful in the ongoing pandemic response. Data from these surveys has helped create community health projects over the years, including bringing more than 300,000 meals to YMCAs across the Northland.
With many Northland students learning virtually, experts are worried about the impact all that screen time can have on a child's eyes. We talked with local optometrist Dr. Derek Michaels to see how students can limit the stress on their young eyes. He says staring at a screen too long or holding a book too close to your face causes a lot of stress on the eyes. Michaels says there is an easy rule to help combat this.
I think the most important thing, other than having a good eye exam to begin with, would be taking breaks often. So we always adopt, or we tell people about the 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, try to take a 20-second break and look 20 feet away.
Michaels says parents should also consider blue light blocking glasses. There are also settings on certain devices that eliminate that blue light.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the largest wildfire in California state history. As the death toll rises in unprecedented fires out west, the rush to escape tonight. Plus our series, Racing to a Cure. Is the country on the verge of a testing breakthrough that could crush the pandemic? And tonight, this inspiring story, an interactive village teaches children with special needs some very important life skills. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Have our certified nurse midwives provide personal one-on-one support and guidance for your next pregnancy. Visit essentiahealth.org to learn more.
Let the celebration begin with Stokey's Liquor. We have everything you need to set the party off right. For your next dinner party, backyard barbecue, get together with friends, or private gathering, stop by one of our convenient Stokey's Liquor locations. We have a full selection of beer, wine, and spirits, all at unbeatable prices. No need to go anywhere else. Stokey's Liquor has everything you need. Make sure to visit us online at StokeysMeatMarket.com for weekly specials. Stokey's Liquor, with locations in Hermantown and Lakeside.
I don't really want you anymore, and what you told me isn't how it truly is. Plus, my life has changed, and I don't know what to do.
Attention, Duluth area. Do you feel you should break up with your timeshare? Join us and other owners for a free seminar in the Duluth area Wednesday, September 16th. This seminar will cover how the timeshare industry has been and will be impacted by our current situation. Attendees will also learn how our accredited contract cancellation firm can legally help. To reserve a seat, call 989-BREAKUP today.
Mediacom's fiber-powered broadband network was built for the future, and it's in your community. Delivering gigabit speeds to every home and business we serve. We'll be one of the first in the nation to take you to 10G, making your community one of the fastest in the world. The foundation is in place, and MediaCom will be making way for brilliant possibilities, igniting economic development and lighting up communities nationwide.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Coming up tonight at 6, we take a look at Duluth's proposed 2021 budget.
Will third time be the charm? Another morning we're getting frost and freeze advisories, but finally for the weekend, you should warm up, and I'll tell you about it
tonight at 6. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, your fall fashion headquarters with new arrivals daily. Downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News, live at 5. Here's a live look over Canal Park on a sunny and crisp day here in Duluth. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories and peek at what's coming up at 6. Tonight, we're expecting to get a better idea of just how big of a financial impact the pandemic will have on Duluth next year. Mayor Emily Larson is about to present her 2021 budget proposal to the City Council. This budget coming after a year when COVID-19 put the city in a multi-million-dollar deficit. Stay with CBS 3 Duluth throughout the night for the latest details.
Suicide is the 8th leading cause of death in the state and 10th nationally, according to Northern Minnesota crisis officials. But there are some things you can do to help prevent it. Though every person can react differently, experts say you can look out for warning signs like feeling hopeless, depressed, or abusing drugs. And tonight at 6, science now shows that certain interactions between parents and children actually change the structure of their brains, improving their social and emotional skills into adulthood. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
Thanks for watching.